Welcome to the Arsenal Show. We are live, and it's the post-match reaction of Arsenal's 2-0 victory against Sevilla in the Champions League. Very, very good performance from Arsenal from top to bottom. Every single player can give themselves a pat on the back. Very impressive performance against top European pedigree. Yes, it may be Europa League pedigree. However, it's top European pedigree. And I'm joined by Steve K. How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, how you doing, mate? Yeah, it was a good performance tonight. It was 2-0 win. It was like you've already said, against a decent team. I was a bit surprised about their lineup. They seem to have like a lot of their star players sitting on the bench, and so that was a little bit surprising. I don't know why that was. You had like your Rakitiches and your Campuses and Samaria and Navas, and that was weird. You know, they're sort of like their first teamers, but very strange. When I know they got whether they're sort of like, you know, more worried about the weekend against Betis, I don't know, or whether they just like the Europa League maybe better than the Champions League. I don't know, and they're not that bothered. But
it does feel like it's a bit like that's going to be their route in there, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? It does. But it was a good performance. You know, they didn't give us much problem. We had control of the game right from minute one. So yeah, it was a good performance.
Yeah, I was quite surprised by their starting lineup. Obviously, there was no Ramos due to injury.
Yeah.
But Ocapas, who I thought he was one of their better players last time, caused us a lot of trouble. I was surprised that he didn't play. And I mean, they didn't really make too much of a difference by then because I thought we was in control of the whole game throughout. But I was quite surprised by their lineup as well. But some of the changes they made, I mean, the Juanlu, who was taken over from what's his name from Ramos, had an absolute nightmare today. But it was more the case that it was that Martinelli was on tip-top form. I thought he had him on toast throughout the whole game.
Yeah. No, it was good, mate. You know, it was good. You know that. I mean, we didn't go through tonight, but I think that's pretty much us now in the last 16. I think we just need like a point now. So I'm sure we're going to get that. You know, at home to Lens or away at PSV. So yeah, good performance, mate. You know, well pleased. You know, it was an all-round performance. You know, not many players. Well, a couple of players probably may have had quieter games than others, but you know, you're never going to get the old 11. But yeah, it was a good performance tonight, mate.
Yeah, we've got a few technical problems. Batteries are running low, so we're going to get straight to the player ratings right now. David Raya in goal.
Yeah, I mean, he won't have too many easier nights than that, will he? This season, no. To be fair to him. You know, we say some weeks, he didn't have much to do. I mean, he didn't have anything to do, did he? No. He never had nothing to do all night long. So, how'd you mark that? Yeah, you know, he had his feet up, didn't he? You know, he might have had his eye.
You can give him a 6 without it being a bad 6, but it's hard to give someone a 7 if you're going to compare it to some of the other performances.
Yeah, I mean, normally you would say like, oh, yeah, his distribution was good, but it didn't need to be. Because he didn't have the ball to distribute it. So yeah, 6 is fair tonight, mate. 6.
Yeah, 6 for David Raya. The Rolls Royce himself, he had a few little cameo bits, although it was quite quiet for David Raya. I think part and parcel of that is because the defence, when called upon, dealt with it very well, very, very composed, and Saliba was definitely one of them.
Yeah. I'm not going to give him a 10, and the rest 6s. But he weren't that good because again, you know, none of they didn't give us any pressure. They didn't give us any need. But what Saliba did do, you know, he done very well. You know, a couple of times at turn of pace, you know, where he had to, you know, get his foot in or bring the ball out. He was excellent. Yeah, let's give Saliba an 8 tonight.
All right, Saliba an 8. Yeah, I thought when he did have things to deal with, he dealt with them well. And There was that recovery challenge, which was really good. There was a couple of nice little bits of footwork just to get him out of bits of trouble. Just that little bit of class that he's got, it makes him stand out, which is why I think sometimes people get a bit overexcited and give him a 9 and give the other ones a 7.
Yeah. Excuse. Sorry, I've just seen the Man United score come up. Oh my word!
2-0 up. 2-0 up. And beaten by FC Copenhagen 4-3. Manchester United are absolutely in the mud. Gabriel Magalhaes.
Yeah, look, Gabriel. He was good. He was solid. Didn't have much to do, but what he did well. It's got to be a 7 tonight for Gabriel. Yep.
7 for Gabriel. I think that's fair as well.
Mm-hmm.
In at left back, starting off Tomiyasu.
Yeah, I thought he did well when he was on. I thought he was solid. He wasn't pressured at all. But when he was, he dealt with it. We dealt with their wingers very easily tonight. Do you know what I mean? So easily that they didn't even have to. I felt like our left and right back didn't even have to sort of like break sweat to sort of win the ball, or they wasn't pressurized from their wingers. It really was an easy night. So but I thought Tomiyasu did well. Why he went off at half time, I don't know. I thought the co-commentator, the young lady, I thought she made a good point. I think maybe it was because they was just doing no threat. And, maybe we had a better attacking threat from Zinchenko than Tomiyasu. So, why not give Zinchenko some game time? I don't know. I hope it ain't an injury because he didn't deserve to come off because he did well. So, it was a strange one. We may hear more about that afterwards, but I give him a 7.
7 for Tomiyasu. Yeah, I thought you put in a solid performance. I like the competition as well, and it's 2 different types of players that we got. I think there's a lot of versatility when it comes to our fullbacks. It'll be nice to have a more attacking right fullback, so we've got that same balance that we've got on that left side.
Yeah.
Because like you, I think when Timber does come back, we could potentially see Timber on that left-hand side. So it'll be good to get that bit of balance on that right-hand side, so have that competition for Ben White. At right back today, Ben White.
I thought he did well. Again, didn't have much to do, wasn't pressurised sort of defensively, got forward quite on a number of occasions. Saka, did sort of teaming up with Saka quite a few times, and Havertz on that side. Good performance. He didn't have to be involved defensively or getting involved in any. There wasn't any moments where he had to chase back at all or anything like that. So I give him he was just as good as Tomiyasu. I think it just give him a 7 as well. Solid. Can't hear you, Kiz.
Sorry. Start off with Declan Rice.
Look, I thought Declan Rice. It was just another fantastic performance, wasn't it, from Declan Rice? Just he's been like this all season. Again, just a colossus in that midfield. He just controls it, passes it at the right times. I love the way he bombs forward. Tries to get into channels, into goals. A couple of times he was unlucky. Just the ball was probably just hit a little bit too far through, but he was getting in the box. Good again, a really good all-round performance from Declan Rice, and I give him an 8. Can't hear you again, Kiz.
It's because I've got the microphone open for you, so everyone can hear you on TikTok as well.
I see.
I keep forgetting. Jorginho with a ball to set up a goal, which cut through 7 players. 7
outstanding
players
tonight.
What a ball that was, and obviously a good finish, but that ball
Yeah,
absolutely carved open the defence.
yeah, outstanding from Jorginho tonight. I really don't get. He'll have a bad game in a couple of games and he'll get absolutely ripped, and people will be saying, "Why have we got Jorginho?" But this is why. So many times we say, Kai, what a player, 10, 12 million we paid for him. Tonight, Mr. Champions League, again, another fantastic performance in the Champions League. He very rarely lets Arsenal down. It was an incredible ball for the goal. Something that he's not someone who bombs through the middle like Thomas Partey or Declan Rice. He doesn't have that part of his game, but he's now his footballing sort of brain he's just second to none. He sees things before others do. He's 9 times out of 10 he's passes to the right place at the right time, and that ball that just cut through for the goal was just unbelievable. But look, I mean, there's something that's we've always said that's something that Thomas Partey hasn't got in his locker. To do something like that, Bosch quick off the bounce. Thomas is more like a bit of a bombing through the midfield. He's sort of strong. They're different players, but yeah, I mean, fantastic tonight on the ball. It's got to be an 8. It's got to be an 8. It's close to a 9. Very close to who was the better midfield out of Rice and Jorginho tonight. I thought, but. Yeah, I hope he gets credit from Arsenal fans because I thought he was excellent.
Yeah, he was. Kai Havertz, he had an opportunity to get a goal early doors. I bet he was kicking himself there because that was a gilt-edged chance he missed with his head, and he's good in the air as well. So I was quite surprised he didn't get on target and test the keeper.
Yeah, that was whether that came too early in the game for him or he was just a little bit slow. But he should have scored that. There's no doubts about that. And he had to be fair, he had a pretty quiet first half. To be fair, it was a couple of nice touches, but I thought at half time, look, I need to see more in the second half, Kai, because I don't like to come on and slag new players off. But he was on the way. I was thinking, I'm gonna have to come in. You're on a 5. But to be fair to him, second half, I thought he was a lot better. I thought he was getting on the ball a lot more. He was very unlucky with, I thought, a couple of chances. One shot that he shot that just clipped the guy's foot. I mean, that looked like it could have been going in the corner. Maybe he could have hit it a bit earlier, but it was a decent strike. And the one where it was just like inches away off from the post, that shot where he tucked inside the defender and it was left foot. That was really unlucky. That was close. So. Yeah, he redeemed himself in the second half, I thought. And he's got some lovely touches, he's got some lovely movement. I can see sometimes why people say, they want him in the game more. And I think that's because probably they see what Martin Odegaard's done last season and they expect the same. But we've got to give him a chance. Do you know what I mean? He's a different type of player. And yeah, look, he's not Martin Odegaard, is he? So... well, certainly not Martin Odegaard last season, but I thought we did all right in the end. So, yeah, I think I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I was getting frustrated with him in the first half because there
was
a couple of opportunities where I just wanted him to make a run at the back post, and the ball. There was one time where he didn't make a run at the back post, and the ball, if he was there, the ball would have been crossed in. And the second time, he should have made a dart in at the back post, and the ball was crossed in, and the defender had no pressure on him. The defender and the goalkeeper still flapped it. Like, they were nervous at that time, and it just needed someone just to give a bit more impetus, just a bit more bite. And then, literally 5 minutes later, we decided to switch it on, to turn up the pace. Trossard started. I think
he started bad. He started
just
poor.
Before we scored, literally 2 minutes before we scored. We just turned up the pace on everything. We were a bit more dynamic. We were a bit more direct. We were just going for everything a bit more. And we had a chance on goal. And I think it was that chance on goal which made us tick. It turned the switch on us. And then we scored literally about 5 minutes later. And then that was it. We were all over them. We bossed the game. And then there was no opportunity for them to really get back in it. But I just, like I said, I think the first half is the habits we've been seeing earlier on in the season, where you just want where people say they want a bit more. And second half habits we've been seeing it more recently, and I think we'll see more of that. Bukayo Saka tonight a lot better. It looked like he was getting back into a bit of form until we saw him hobble off at the end.
Yeah, I mean, how frustrating was that? That was really annoying. But tonight, what we saw was, as you said there, the Bukayo Saka that we know, the Bukayo Saka that we love, terrorising the defence. They simply couldn't handle him. He had the defenders bouncing off him. He was dangerous. He was getting round the back of them. Getting some good balls in.
One a lot more today.
He was
getting criticised a little bit for just sort of dropping in and taking not the easy route, but it's the route where he knows he can get it on his left and whip in a shot. Whereas he's got to mix it up a bit more. He's got to vary his game, otherwise it just becomes a bit predictable.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he does seem to have better games in the Champions League so far this season. We do seem to be a little bit more fluider in the Champions League. I don't know if that's something. I don't know, but he was. I mean, it was an excellent assist for the Trossard goal.
Yeah.
Lovely little move that was. For Declan Rice with the ball and Jorginho, and then Saka just playing it, excellent little touch balls into Trossard, and it was easy for Trossard to put it in. And then obviously the goal, which at one point I thought we was going to tuck it back to Havertz. I'm looking for him to tuck it back,
and then tuck it back to Havertz as well.
Yeah, normally I'm good at things like that. Normally I can read what this player's going to do, and my eyes went looked at Havertz, and it went, oh, hold on a minute, and then I had to twist back, and because. Yeah, Saka, you fooled me there, mate. You fooled me, because then he just tucked inside and hit it himself and scored the goal, which was absolutely beautiful.
He needed that goal as much as Havertz did today.
He did, because he hasn't been the Saka we know recently, but that was the Saka I know, and then just sod's law as it is, he picks up that injury and he's walking around, and I don't know. It always goes back to we short over that side when Saka's injured. Let's hope he's all right. Let's hope it's nothing serious. And they just got him off precautionary. It didn't look something bad. He didn't look like his ankle was that bad. When he was when you see the foul happen, it just seemed like he landed heavily on it. So hopefully it's just a little bruise.
You know what it looks like? It looks like Achilles tendon. I don't know if anyone's had an Achilles tendon slight pull. It will last you, like, you hurt your Achilles tendon, you'll feel it for a day or two. Yeah. But if you've got an Achilles tendon problem, that's likely to flare up whenever you get like a knock, whenever you get like a dodgy little fall or something like that.
Yeah.
You'll go away. You'll be fine for the match, and then you could be fine for 90 minutes. It will only take one little knock on it. You're like. And that's where he's at. So when Mikel Arteta says top players or any players are never 100%, because they're not. You, as a player, you will always have some sort of niggling injury. It's just how you manage it. Hopefully Arsenal managing it well right now.
Yeah, some people's are worse than others. I mean, I've got a problem in my ankle, like an Achilles ankle that I done when I years ago when I was like 15, 16, and I've had it all my life. And sometimes you just got to step down a pavement the wrong way, just twist it a little bit, and you're laid up for like 2 months because you can't move it. Seriously, it happens to me like a couple of times a year. And you've got a foot like a balloon, and then there's other times where you do it and it's like, oh, please, I'm not.
Waiting for it.
You're waiting for it, and then you have a little walk and you think, no, it's going to be all right. But then you can have another walk and you just know if it's bad or not. And it didn't look like it was bad. You wouldn't be able to walk around that pitch like that if it was bad, I tell you. So, no, not at all. So, it's got to have a 9 tonight for me. Well done. It's good to see him back.
Yeah, it is. It is good to see. On the other side, Martinelli, I thought I thought he was. Look, Saka gets a 9.
Yeah.
Although he didn't get a goal or an assist tonight, Martinelli, I had him as my man of the match because I thought that he was just the spark. He was influence on the team when it felt like it could have gone. It could have been a lot tougher tonight, and I think he was an influence on the team in the fact that at one point Saka even went over to his side to Martinelli's side. Because Martinelli was getting so much joy out of that one Lou.
That's right, yeah.
Could you imagine that? You turn
exactly.
around, you've got Martinelli next to you, they got Martinelli and Saka on the
Yeah, no, I totally agree. He's my man in the match as well. Yeah. It just shows, you don't always have to score a goal and an assist to, come away and have a good performance and be man in the match. Martinelli tonight was
brilliant.
He was unplayable tonight. It was unplayable.
Unplayable. Great when he just did 2 pirouettes on the ball,
and
they were like, Martinelli's having fun tonight.
Yeah.
One Lou, he's having trouble, and then that player turned around and just went like that. He went like that.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do.
Yeah. They was glad it was half time, wasn't they? When because he gave him an absolute torrid at half time, and it was that lovely boy where it looked like he was going out of play, and then he flicked it round him, and then run round him. He's done that
a couple of times. He's done that before.
Yeah, he's such a confident player. When Martinelli and Saka are on it, you just if we can play the next 10 games with Martinelli and Saka like that. Do you know what I mean? They're the key for us. Do you know what I mean? They're the key.
How many games have you played this season? What's 15, 16 games this season? How many games has Saka, Martinelli and Jesus played up top?
No, that's right. Hardly any.
Has Saka and Martinelli played up top? Probably not even half the games this season, and they were a staple last season. So
exactly.
It's bound to be slightly different. It's bound to be, but it will come. I think by Christmas we'll be flying.
It's coming. As fans, it's frustrating because you think, oh right, Saka's there, now he's got an injury, or hope he's all right. And then you got Martinelli, and you think, but you still, although Trossard did well tonight, do you know what I mean? You still want Jesus there, don't you? You think, if you can have all them 3 buzzers and all them 3, doing what they could do, and then you got and then you look behind, then you think, well, our midfields ain't been with Rice in there, it's been looking well good this season. The way Rice has been controlling midfields, and to be fair, I think our defence is looking better than ever. Do you know what I mean? Especially the partnership between Saliba and Gabriel. It's weird because, with a lot of stick this season, with Raya, with the goalkeeper situations and this, that. And Zinchenko, we've popped him a few times. But when you analyse it, whether that's something to do with Gabriel and Saliba and just how good they are, I don't know. But Ben White's been solid. Do you know what I mean? He's had the odd one bad game, where he has been poor. But you still have that thing. Overall, when you look at it from afar, you think our defence is looking strong. And when you listen to some of the the intelligent pundits in the game, they say Arsenal defence. Do you know what I mean? They don't give much away. Do you know what I mean? No one spanked us this season. Do you know what I mean? No one sort of
we're not
gives us an idea. No,
exactly. We got criticism from the start of the season because we weren't as fluid as last season, and we were better defensively, but we were still open. They were still getting chances. Now we're you'll see games and teams just won't get chances. How often do you see a game when Man City don't get chances on goal? And we've managed to do that. And I said it earlier because I was on live, and there's a lot of people saying that we're not as good as last season, not as fluid as last season. We're not going to do anything like we did last season. We didn't win the league last season. So
no,
and the reason why we lost the league last season wasn't because of the amount of goals we scored, because it was the most goals we've ever scored in the Premier League campaign. The reason why we lost the season last season was because we drew to Southampton twice, because we drew to West Ham, because we were 2-0 up against Liverpool and we drew 2-2, because we dropped points in crucial games. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. And I think Mikel Arteta's looked at it and said, look, we need to shore up our defence a bit. Yes, maybe it's gone a little bit too far the other way, But it's about balance. It's about learning that balance, and it will come
Yeah.
over time. It's not going to be
Mm.
perfect at the start of the season because we've not got much time to sort of work out whether it's working. You're learning it as you're going along. You can do all you want in pre-season, but
Yeah.
you're not going to replicate that same pre-season in game because it's not the same as the Premier League. So you've got to wait until you're in the Premier League, and that's why he's doing it. And I think, as I said, once we hit Christmas, I think we'll be free-flowing. Games will be free-flowing as well. And I think by then, you'll see a lot more attacking promise. Hopefully, we're injury-free, and it'll be a lot more entertaining going forward this season.
It's not a sprint, is it? It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. This, and you know, if we're at Christmas and we're there or thereabouts, do you know what I mean? And we're first, second, third, even fourth. You know, we're 2-3 points behind. That's fine. That's what we want to be. You want to be in the mix. You want to be up there. You don't want to be like 8 points behind or 6 points behind. If you can be 2-3 points behind, you know, you may lose the odd game, but other teams are going to lose as well. You know, Man City have already lost 2 this season. Do you know what I mean? It's look at the results the weekend. Look at Liverpool. They couldn't beat Luton. You know, there's got to be results. Do you know what I mean? And everybody's it's a long season. It's as I say, it's not a sprint. And this Man City started last season. Now everybody was saying, "Oh, they're starting slow, aren't they?" Look at Arsenal bumming away. Look at the way they're playing. Whoa. And then what happens as the season goes on and their new system, they started getting used to it because they had a couple of new players in. You know, they ended up in the end, sort of winning the league quite easily in the end, really, didn't they?
How often
it was like
teams just steamroll the league? They don't. Even though Man City will end up in the league 5, 6, 10 points ahead of teams, a lot of the time they come from behind. A lot of the time they don't start the season and just steamroll the season throughout. They start off behind, sit on the coattails, then just when it's ready, they pounce. They just don't lose. They don't lose, and that's what City seems to do.
Yeah. I mean, Martinelli gets a 9 tonight for me, and he's my man in the match as well. So constant pest tonight, wasn't he? Excellent.
And Leandro Trossard up top.
Trossard.
In the training videos, you knew that Trossard was going to start up front. He was absolutely bossing it in training the other day. So, you can see from that he was going to be playing up top.
Yeah, I thought he started a little bit slow, but he gradually grew into the game. And just before the goal, like you said, he was getting involved. He was buzzing. He was moving about. He was all over the place. You know, he really started to tick, and then he got his goal. And he was a pain in the arse all night. He wasn't amazing. He wasn't fantastic, but again, he got the goal. It was a great little bit of movement from him, and a lovely little finish off from the cross from Saka. And he had a good game tonight, and he really did do well. So I'll give him an 8.
Give him an 8. Give
him an 8.
Who came on? It was Vieira. I'll do Vieira first. Fabio Vieira.
Yeah, he looked lively when he come on. He was buzzing around. I like Vieira this season. He's looking. He's looking to play. He's like, do you know what I would sort of way I would look at it is that he seems that he looks a lot more confident now. He looks like give me the ball. I want to do it. And you can see the frustration when he was given offside. In the game when the ball went over the top and he done that lovely little movement, and it was like I think Havertz played him in just a little bit too late, and he was like really annoyed because he wanted to run onto that ball. He wanted that opportunity to get behind the defence because he knew if he could get on it, he could make something happen. That wasn't the Fabio Vieira I was seeing last season. He was like may have hid a bit. So very well done. Substitute performance, 7.
7 for Vieira. Zinchenko came on and looked pretty good. I thought he's probably the best I've seen him this season.
Yeah, he must have. Whether he was watching our show, like our post match last week, when you said he stunk the place out, which he actually did, didn't he? He was absolutely. Oh God, he did stink the place out. But he was excellent when he came on. Never put a foot wrong. was unlucky. You know, he was everywhere, wasn't he? When the game is like Arsenal on the front foot and he doesn't have to do that much defending or getting back, he's the man, isn't he, to play in those type of games.
Yeah.
It's just when you're up against teams where, you know, you think you're going to have to do a bit of defending or a bit of work, or they've got some. Then sometimes he gets found a little bit wanting sometimes because he lacks that little bit of defensive ability sometimes. But on the ball, you know, going forward, I mean, he can just run a game, you know, if he wants to at times. And sometimes it's just worth having him in the side for that. But yeah, he probably, yeah. Look, I mean, I give him. But look, the way I marked him, if I've given Vieira a 7, I've got to give him an 8. You know, for his performance as a sub.
All right. Who else came on? Reece Nelson.
Yeah, was he on that? I didn't really.
I'm not
6. 6. I didn't know.
Jacob
Yeah, again 6.
and Mohamed Al Neni.
Yeah, we can't give El any less. I think he done a little dodgy pass when he was on the pitch, but I'm not giving him a 5. Not our Mo. He never gets below a 5. He can stink the place up and he still gets 6. 6 for Mo. We love Mo.
Yeah. And Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, good. You know, tonight did well. Substitutes. You know, got players on, got players off. I like that. Yeah, good performance. With, you know, he must have had an easy night himself, just sitting there watching Arsenal play. But he's the man who puts them out on the pitch, and yeah, he set them up right. And we looked good right from the off. Had total control of the game. So yeah, give him a. They were poor, Seville. To be fair tonight, they did look poor.
Yeah,
As I say, their heart's in the Europa League. So I think that's that, and I think that the team selection, I think, told us that a bit. So yeah, 9 for Mikel tonight.
All right, 9 from Mikel Arteta. Yeah, overall, very good performance for Arsenal. Very, very encouraging performance from the team. Obviously, we've got some big games coming up soon. We've got Burnley on the weekend, followed by Brentford. Then Lens in the 5th game of the competition in the Champions League. Then Wolves, and we're getting into the December running. Wolves, Luton, Aston Villa. 3 games in the space of 7 days. It's going to be absolutely draining, but he's going to be able to put a lot of pressure on the squad as well. So hopefully we can get some injuries, players injured back in the team, and get them some game time in there as well. That is all we have time for. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Steve.
Cheers, mate. Pleasure.
Make sure you join us on Saturday for the post-match reaction of the Burnley game. Make sure you join us on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, for the Arsenal show, where we talk about everything Arsenal. We always go over the games on the weekend and any Arsenal news as well. If you are regular to the show, press that like, press that share button, and press that copy button. If you are new to the show, press that subscribe button and that like. Peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands. Oh.